Hello YouTube, thank you so much for joining me in today's new video. So I've been thinking, I've been really rubbish at uploading stuff on YouTube this year, haven't I? I've really let you all down, and I've let myself down, and I've let Olive down as well. So I hate that, and I actually really miss talking to you all, so I thought I would do a new video section so we can all enjoy a bit more vintage goodness in our lives. So I've been thinking, and I've come up with the idea of Fun Fashion Friday. Catchy, right? Maybe need to work on the little title a bit more. So the idea behind this new video section is that I can share with you some of the vintage facts and things that I've learned over the 8 years of running my vintage shop, Embroidered Vintage. And yeah, we can just have a bit of fun. So it can be an interactive segment. Sorry, Olive's just launched herself off my lap. And then if you have any ideas of subjects that you'd like me to cover, or there's a burning vintage fact that you would like me to answer for you, you can just comment below. Or you can send me a email, a DM on Instagram, message on Facebook, or message on Pinterest. You know, any social media platform, I'm on them. I'll link them all below so you can contact me at your ease. So, down to business. Today's fun fashion fact, vintage, is about these beautiful embroidered shearling Afghan coats that I have behind me. Now, when I tell you I love this coat, I literally cannot tell you how much I love this coat, literally. This is a dream coat to me. I do quite cheesily call myself an urban hippie because I live in Birmingham, which is the second biggest city in the UK, and I love living in a city. I'm totally a hippie at heart. I love anything like this. To me, it's like what fashion should be. It's fun, it's unbelievably made, hand embroidered, I might add, and it's just fun. It makes me feel excited to want to wear it and like put it on. And when I found this, I could have squealed. I did squeal, and just things like that. And it's just amazing. Like one of the best things about running my vintage shop, and what I have loved over the past 8 years, slightly more actually, is that I'm always learning. Like there's always something new to learn, if that's from like a new construction technique, or about materials and how to care for items, or you know, the history behind certain iconic items like this, or you know, those really rare vintage fashion brands that and labels that aren't around very much now, so are really hard to find, so that you don't really learn about them until you find them. And just things like that is always keeping me on toes. Now I do have a bit of a short attention span, so that's really good for me, and it really keeps me engaged. And once I find out something new, I want to learn more. Like I just want to know more. I want to know everything about vintage, and that's what I love. I'm constantly learning, so I thought we can learn together, we can have some fun, we can learn some vintage fashion facts, and we can get it on. So let's get down to business. So today's video, now that I've stopped jabbering on, is about embroidered Afghan coats. So obviously they originated in Afghanistan, hence the name, embroidered Afghan coats, and they are a modern. Now let me define modern. So these were first introduced into the UK, or first sold over here, in 1966. So when I mean modern in the 60s, not 2020 people, we're in the 60s modern. So they are a modern 60s style take on the traditional Afghan coat called Pashtun. I probably said that wrong, I apologise for my pronunciation, but if you have watched any of my videos before, you understand I even struggle with just general English words. So, but I will write this down so you can Google it. But now these traditional Afghani coats come in all different styles. So they were sleeveless vest ones, and then they were full sleeve jacket ones like this. And then they came in also different lengths, so they went all the way down from hip length to all the way down to ankle length. And obviously, you know, they needed to be warm, so they were traditionally either sheepskin or goatskin, and then they have the fleece shearling lining. Now as you can tell, as I spin this little beauty out, this beautifully thick, I will do a close up in a bit, don't worry, shearling lining is unbelievably warm. It goes all the way through the coat and down the sleeves, and it's amazing. Now all this embroidery that you'll see here, I love this floral pattern. It is all done by hand, and is silk thread based, and it's quite thick and chunky, but yeah, it is beautifully done. And really ornate, and I actually love how considered these coats are. So can you imagine the amount of time it would have taken to just even to construct this coat, let alone to hand embroider it? There's a lot of work that has gone into these coats. And what I love about this one is that you have the panel of embroidery here. So it's really nice to have that sort of defining detail on your naturally thinnest part of your body, because obviously these coats can be quite chunky, so it's still defining your waist, and just really considered. It's not been rushed, it's been thought out. There's a whole design process behind these coats, and that's just another reason why I love them. So they have the little hairy cuffs, which I love because it's fun, and you also get the shirring all the way at the bottom just to really finish it off. So the embroidery is on the pockets here as well, and if I can spin this lovely lady around, and you can see it goes all the way around, even on the arms there. Like, just these little details is what is the difference between vintage clothing and modern day clothing. It is the details that really make it special. It's the details that I fall in love with personally. And then again on this side. So it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful coat. Now these are very ornate, they're very decorative pieces, and whilst they are all those things, they're actually really practical because it has two pockets. This one actually has a tie fastening, ribbon fastening, and they're so warm. Like, you would not believe how warm these coats are. And then once you get one of these coats in your wardrobe, it'll be with you for life. They're so hard to find. They really are a rare little beast, and condition is a major factor in these, because obviously it being suede leather, which obviously leather is a skin, it is their condition really depends on how they've been treated in their life, and key, how they've been stored. So obviously, you know, if you have one of these from the 60s or 70s, you know, sometimes people store them in their lofts. Now, if I tell you that is the worst place to store something like this, I'm sure you can believe me, because, you know, lofts can be a bit damp, and a suede leather does not like those conditions. It really, and usually they're stored in a box as well, and crumpled. I don't know, but they are. But so they need to be stored nicely on a nice chunky hanger. You don't want one of those thing hangers. You really need one to mimic a shoulder to really support it. Because sometimes you find a lot of issues with the stitching on the shoulder where it's been hung wrongly, and it needs to be stored in a wardrobe, and, like, you know, in a room that's used and has the heating on every now and again in the winter. It doesn't need to be baked, but it needs to be sort of well looked after, and that will really help the condition. And I think this is why this one is in such beautiful condition, because it has been loved for its whole life. So I'm going to show you the details now, enough of my jabbering. Let me bring you in. So, as you can see, the embroidery is amazing, and actually in some parts you can even see where it's been tied off here, and it is just amazing. Now I'll show you inside. Now these coats, I think, look great. You can wear them dressed down with your favourite denim, or, you know, dressed up over a little evening dress. Or actually, I even think they would make the ultimate boho wedding dress, wedding coat cover, because you're going to have some sort of amazing boho hippie vibe to your wedding dress, I imagine. So this is literally the ultimate boho coat, because from one of my favourite boutiques in the 60s and 70s, down in Kings Road, Gwen Takes a Trip, the Beatles actually went into that shop and bought one of these coats each. Not this one, obviously. John Lennon one is actually in the John Lennon Museum, and they all came out wearing it, and I'm sure there's a photograph of them all taken leaving the shop in these amazing embroidered coats. And then in one of their photographs for one of their songs, not sure which one actually, they actually wore it inside out. Why, I don't know, but, you know, fun fact, useless fact, I'll let you decide. I'm just going to show you the neckline. Oh, isn't that amazing? Can we just stand in awe of how amazing this coat is? So it's a beauty. I love it. They're really hard to find, and they're just so much fun, and it is sustainable, beautiful, vintage, unique, one of a kind, and you're just going to look absolutely amazing in it. And that is why I love this coat so much. So that is the fun fashion fact for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little video and you are enjoying, well, you will enjoy my new little segment here on YouTube. Like I said, if you have any ideas, please let me know, and if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up and comment below, and I shall see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching me. My name is Rachael Sadler and I am the owner of Ada's Attic Vintage. Have a wonderful day.